Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be taking a look at something that if I'm being completely honest, did not see coming at all. As most of us know by now, Lando Norris earned a 5-second time penalty for pushing Sergio Perez wide at turn 4, in which I covered in an earlier video. This was in the Austrian GP. What we didn't realize was that he is now 2 penalty points away from a 12-point race ban. I'm stunned, guys, honestly. Aside from that yellow flag incident at Baku, I can't remember Lando getting severe penalties recently. And for those of you that don't fully understand the penalty point system, I'll do my best to explain it here. As we know, when a driver is involved in an incident that violates the rules or endangers the safety of others, they're hit with time penalties, stop and go penalties, drive-through penalties, or grid penalties. The suffering doesn't stop there, though, as drivers will then receive penalty points on their super license as a further way of getting the message, don't do that again, across. When a driver gets a total of 12 penalty points on their license, excluding expired points, they're suspended from a race weekend. After the suspension, the points go away and they get their license back with 0 points. Now that Lando is nearing that dreaded race ban, he had this to say. "Why should I deserve penalty points today for someone going into the gravel?" he asked. "Yes, nothing I've done is dangerous, and maybe in some cases you deserve an on-track penalty because you've done something bad in terms of racing and you just made a mistake, but then you have things that people do every now and then which are purely dangerous. If you do genuinely overtake under a yellow flag and do something else that's clearly a rule that will put people in danger, then I understand penalty points for a driver, and if that adds up, you get a driver ban or race ban. But for little things like this, it's stupid in my opinion. It's not what Formula One should be." He added. Being realistic, nothing about Lando forcing Checo off the track is dangerous. It's bad racing, yes, I already talked about that, but safety was not really an issue. So I wanted to take a look at where the other 8 penalty points came from, and here's what I found. Alright, he earned 2 points at the 2020 Styrian GP for neglecting yellow flags in FP1, 3 at the 2020 Turkish GP for neglecting double yellows in Q1, and 3 at the 2021 Azerbaijan GP for failing to pit under a red flag in Q1. Alright, in these 3 incidences, I think the penalty points are deserved. Yellow and red flags are a matter of safety, and we all know this, but when you run another driver off the track, anything more than a time or grid penalty really I see as unnecessary. To show you what I mean, we're going to take a look at a driver infamous for his actions on track, Mahavir Raghunathan. Mahavir, also known as Lord Mahavir by members of the F1 community, was a Formula 2 driver in 2019 whose driving was so unbelievable he earned not just 1, but 2 race bans in a single season. That's 24 total penalty points. What's more impressive is all the incidents he's racked up. Let's take a look, shall we? Bahrain Race 2, passed the checkered flag twice. Baku practice, failed to stop at the weighbridge when signaled to during a practice. Baku Race 2, overtook another car before the safety car line during a restart. Monaco Race 1, left the track and gained an advantage. Monaco Race 1 also collided with Jack Aitken. Monaco Race 2 left the track and gained an advantage. France Race 1, 3 virtual safety car infringements. Belgium qualifying yellow flag speeding. Russia Race 2 left the track and did not follow the instructions about rejoining. Abu Dhabi practice did not follow practice start procedure. Even if we ignore the incidents about leaving the track, Lord Mahavir's penalty record shows that he enjoys living dangerously. Passing the checkered flag twice, overtaking before the safety car line, 3 virtual safety car infringements. No hate to Lord Mahavir, but I don't think I need to tell you how dangerous this stuff is. Now, let's compare his penalty record to Lando Norris's. Aside from his penalty in Austria, his only others were for ignoring yellow flags and failing to pit under a red flag. When we compare this to Lord Mahavir, the difference is astounding. It's as if Lando just ran a red light while Mahavir's been driving on the wrong side of the road for an hour. Yes, Lando's been involved in some dangerous incidents, but the argument he's making is that they're not as bad as what other drivers have done. And I agree with him. I mean, come on, we just looked at Mahavir Raghunathan's F2 career. But Michael Massey, FIA race director, gave his input on the situation. To be fair, it's a penalty point system that exists, it's been there all the way through, no different to those driving on the road in countries that have a maximum number of points they have to abide by, and they have to adjust their driving style accordingly. So no, I don't think they are harsh, said Massey after the race in Austria. It was discussed late last year, and it's funny because it affects different drivers and different teams in different ways. And the consensus was, at the end of last year, involving everyone, the teams, the FIA, everyone, that there shouldn't be a change this year, and it's not something we'd ever change mid-year. The penalty scale is something that the teams all agree upon and actually have input on at the start of the year, and that is what the stewards use, he concluded. So, to summarize, the teams, stewards, the FIA, and more all have input on the penalty point system and agree on it before the start of the season. They know the rules and are okay with it. It's like signing a contract that states you will mine lithium for free for the rest of your life. Terrible deal, but you signed it. They said, here, you want to sign your life away? And you said, yeah, I'm good with that. Look, if the incident didn't jeopardize someone's safety, they shouldn't get penalty points. On track penalties, in my opinion, are all that's needed for something like that. However, the teams seem to disagree. They were okay with the fact that you can get penalty points for pushing drivers off the track. If they've changed their mind about it, they'll have to wait for next year because mid-season changes have been ruled out by Michael Massey. Until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, consider subscribing, and turning on notifications so that you never miss an upload. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.